Alright, here we are on the East Branch, Saturday the 5th. I don't think I've ever seen it this low. There's plenty of water to run, so that's not a problem. But I'm going to take a quick peek around and show you what I'm going to do. I'll get back in a second. Alright, last time I was here, this piece of sandy spot here behind the bedrock is where I tore into. Found a few colors, not many. You know, figured right behind the bedrock it would be the spot for the gold to drop out, but once I got down there a ways, it goes to bedrock, which is just smooth and flat and has no cracks in it. Kind of like this stuff here. And it dawned on me then that when this is, you know, when the water's up in the bushes, there's probably not a stitch of dirt here. It just blows right through. But as you get down to there, you get into cobbles and big rocks. So I got a feeling that's where the heavies are dropping out during high water. And then as the water's receding, and the only thing that's pushing is sand, is when this fills in. That's the theory. Can't say it's the right one, but it's the one I'm going with. So I'm going to get the banker, get set up, and tear into some of that. And I'll get back to you in a bit. While I'm unloading stuff, I want to show you something real quick. I cut the ends off of my lay flat where I had that big blister that formed. I'm wondering if the way I rolled it up, where it pinches right there, if it does something to the plastic. Because here's the piece. Actually, it still has some of the blister to it. There's still water in it from 2 months ago. But on the lettering right there is the only place it showed up. And right there it's separated. The inner and outer layer are separated. Actually, you can see the blister down the center of it on the inside. But so I cut them off and redid them. If I don't get a blister, I'll assume that's why. If I do get the blister, then I know that it's deteriorated somewhere else along the hose. But we ain't gonna worry about that right now. We'll worry about that if we have blowout. Then I'm up Schitt's Creek. But anyway, let's get after it. Alright, sun's coming up. Beautiful morning. Still nobody out here. I'm all up and running. Instead of doing the light fluffy sand, I'm coming down into some ugly big rocks, but I'll throw the ones out of the way I don't want to shovel and wash the rest of it. I'll get back to you in a bit. I'm going to run this thing for a while. Quick look up the river. Still nobody out here. Holiday weekend, nobody's out here. But anyway, that's where I started in at. Wanted to see how the box was doing and stuff. I'm trying to run a little aggressive to blow more garnets out, but it doesn't matter what you do. It's changing pretty decent. And I'm putting some friggin' some pretty big rocks through this thing. She's a beast. Anyway, let's get back at it. Alright, it's like 8:45. I put a pretty decent hole in the ground over there. loose is cleaning out real well. Looks a little bubbly for my liking, but it's cleaning out really well. But beautiful morning. I'm on smoke break. My fingers are all pruny. The old pump purring like kitten. My hose has started to swell back up in certain spots, but it hasn't gone the whole length of the hose like it did last time. See, there's a little bit right here. So by cutting the ends off and replacing the ends, I pretty much eliminated the folded up pinched point theory. But I don't know. I'm gonna run this one till she pukes. Get another one. Anyway, gonna finish my smoke and jump back in the hole. I'll get back in a bit. Probably do a cleanup here in 45 minutes or so. Probably be when I'm run out of gas. But I'll get back at you then. Alright, 9:30, just shut her down. And I stopped and had a Slim Jim, smoke, shot off the soda. Do a cleanup. Sending this one off to Ken. See, he can play with some garnets. Didn't even do test band, just did test hole. Probably 8 feet long, 3 feet wide, and 1.5 feet, almost 2 feet deep in spots. It's taking me a couple hours to do that. That stuff is not easy to shovel through. This was a whole lot easier. There weren't no big rocks in it. But somebody dug a hole right there. Can't blame them. But there's the tailings. Look at that. Garnet. Garnet. And of course you know what's in there. All kinds of garnet. But I'm going to do a cleanup, check that top mat. And I don't know which way I'm going to go. I noticed the further in that way I went, I wasn't getting garnet sand. So that's why I started looping around this way. But kind of want to stay with the heavies. So I may clean this right up out to here. If I was going to stay overnight and be here tomorrow, I'd shovel that all the way out and let the water in. And then dredge from there. But it's 9:30. I got to be out of here by 2. Got to pick up my kid at 5. It's clouding over a little, but still nice out here. Washing rocks, sucking up some scenery. Good times. Well, let's clean this up, have a break, and we'll do it one more time before we gotta go. Alright, just fired back up. I think I'm going to chew up this piece right here and see what happens. Brian and his family showed up. They're up there. He's trying to get his unit going. So I'm going to have a smoke, scoop some dirt, and we'll go see what he's up to. Well, I'm all done. I got to head home. I was down there. I'm all picked up. Brian's up there dredging. His pump didn't quite work out for him, so I'm sending him home with my pump and my nozzle and stuff. It's a bit much for the piglet, but he's washing rocks. He's happy. But Anyway, we're going to wrap this one up. And we'll get back to you on the next adventure.